What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Marie Fredriksson. And as I think I mentioned in my reaction to Yelena Teeter, I have downloaded the next album in her proper studio album chronology, but we still have two more bonus tunes included in this expanded folder for Efter Stormen. Thank you again to Gebus. And the next one, according to Google Translate, means Out of the Shadows into the Sun, which certainly not only gives you a visual reference and sequence, but of course suggests an emotional transition, maybe an interpersonal transition, or at the very least a transition of feeling from that which is more clouded and dark to that which is more warm and bright and perhaps inviting and desirable. So yes, without knowing what will be happening here lyrically, my hypothesis is that this is moving from a period of darker and or gloomy circumstances into a phase that is brighter and more either desirable and or illuminating, meaning the sun can cast light onto something and give you better insight about it, but I suspect here it's more about an emotional feeling that is warm and bright and better. So yes, I suppose it could function on multiple levels, meaning lines about looking into the sky and, feeling the sun on your face or watching the clouds scatter. But I would expect, even if that's the case, that they would be functioning on a figurative level as well. Either way, let's give it a listen, and I look forward to seeing any insights in the comments. This is Marie Fredriksson. It's a bonus tune included in the expanded folder for her Efter Stormen album. And according to Google Translate, it means out of the shadows into the sun.
Som
yeah, as it was fading, it felt like the rest of the sonics were fading more quickly than her vocals. So there was a moment there just before the end. It almost went into a cappella. I mean, you could still hear the supporting sonics, but yeah, like if I heard that right, it was like her vocals stayed more or less at the same level, maybe dipping a bit, but the rest was fading more quickly. So there was like a really nice vocal isolation toward the end. And yeah, overall, it feels very pleasant and smooth. It doesn't feel like manically happy or, like bright and exuberant in an energetic way. More like just smooth and pleasant, which again, I feel like that could be even more appropriate to the idea of like, there were clouds, but now they're moving away, the sun's coming through, I can feel the warmth again, I'm moving into a better place, and I am happy about this, but without it being like this intense, sort of cheery type of sound. And once again, it could be about, in the shadows, it's harder to see things or to understand the reality of the situation, and then in the sun, you can see things and maybe feel things more clearly. So maybe there's a bit of like dual meaning with the metaphor. But yeah, a real masterclass vocal performance again, very dynamic, not only in terms of the character of some of her delivery along the way, meaning we get more straightaway melodic singing, we get some of those lovely non-verbal, emotionally expressive flourishes, including some different types along the way, like a really high, like breathy one, which we heard that flourish a couple times, then some of those like type flourishes where it's like she's just kind of feeling the emotion. There was one like leading into a transition, I forget exactly what it was, and it probably was a type of delivery that is indicative of a sort of more, what's the right word, a bit of a visceral type of expression. But yeah, there was one that was right before there was sort of a stop and then transitioned into a new section, and it had a bit of drive to it, a bit of power to it. I also enjoy the way we get some of her raspy, powerful vocals. There was that one phrase in particular where she really kind of leaned into that delivery, always one of my favorite things that she does vocally. So yeah, there were some different flavors of Marie's vocals over the course of the tune. And yeah, in general, the vibe that I got was one of, again, a calm comfort in whatever sentiment she's articulating. So of course I look forward to hearing what is happening lyrically, but yeah, if I read the emotion of the tune correctly, she's in a better place, maybe taking stock of that transition, perhaps even reflecting to what had been the case before when she was in the shadows, but seemingly, transitioning both in terms of, time, narrative, as well as feeling. And yeah, I don't know exactly how to characterize the sonics in terms of like style or genre, but maybe a bit of that like adult contemporary. This is a phrase I used in a different reaction this evening, meaning it doesn't sound like maybe soul pop, like maybe somewhere in the soul pop vein. It had a pop feel, but the atmosphere had some soul to it. Her vocals certainly had soul. That one like scratchy, raspy part, I'd even say that was a bit of a bluesy delivery, though fair to say blues, the themes are often like, the world is against me, it's hard to see how I'm going to get through this, but I'm persisting. And so if I'm right about the metaphor of the title, it's sort of turned around from that. It's like life used to be tough, it's feeling a little bit better. So that kind of sentiment, I think, would fit more into a lot of soul songs that I'm familiar with. So either way, I look forward to hearing what people have to say. One more bonus tune in this folder, then we'll be on to the next album proper. Thank you again to Gebus. Let me know what you think, and Luca and I will see you next time. Peace.